All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode. Future award-winning Jukebox from Hell. That's right. Always powered by coffee each and every time. This is your mighty psycho, of course. Hopefully, you guys got a chance to look at episode 53 of the Who's Endless Wire that just got released not too long ago. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today, on the scorecards, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 54, we are going to June of 1995 for Black Sabbath's Forbidden. That's right. Yes, that's right. Here's the front and here's the back. Now, this, of course, is the 2024 remaster. All right. But original, of course, was on IRS Records. I'll show you a little bit here what we got going. We got a lyric sleeves included in here for the record collecting spotlight. Also, in this one here, we have, that's right, clear vinyl. And you know what? This thing sounded a lot better, to be honest with you, okay? I'm going to say, out of all honesty, even if it's not this album, but even the rest of the Tony Martin series, go get them, because it sounds like there's a lot more improvement on these things. And like I said, even this one too. Pardon the glare, ladies and gentlemen. So, little research here. Black Sabbath's official website, wiki, all music, all kinds of fun. So, June 1995, Sabbath's 18th album. Can you believe that? 18 albums already by 95. Their previous album was Cross Purposes, which came out in January 1994, which was the return of Tony Martin. Yes, remember, of course, Headless Cross, Tear. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I remember those days from Headbangers Ball on MTV. That was some good stuff. I do dig me some Tony Martin. I don't think he honestly gets enough love, at least in the Sabbath fan camp anyway. But Cross Purposes charted at 41 in the UK, 122 on Billboard. Oh boy. But this one here, Forbidden, got to number 6 on the UK rock and metal charts, and on the UK album charts, number 71. Did not get charted in America. That's right. Yep. They weren't digging this album pretty much. Produced by Ernie C. from Body Count. Remember Body Count? Yes, you know, Ice-T's little group there. Why? Why in the hell did Ernie C. produce this thing? That's a big bone of contention, at least in my opinion. And it seems like all the band members' opinions too, especially Tony Iommi and Cozy Powell. Oh, at least in belated interviews that he did. So your lineup here, like I said, Tony Iommi, Tony Martin, Cozy Powell, Neil Murray, and Jeff Nichols, mainstay on the keyboards too. Ice-T does additional vocals on Illusion of Power, which is the first track on here. Let's go into the meat and potatoes of things on all this. Okay. So we start out with that track 1 I just got done telling you about, Illusion of Power. I like the guitar on this. The rest of it, Ice-T, why? That's my thing. You know, I gotta tell you, when it must have been a thing of the 90s, all right, because I remember Rush tried having a rapper. You know how good that went. So this just did not go very well, in my opinion. Track 2, Get a Grip, which I know some of you people are like, hey, Psycho, get a grip. Better, that's for sure. Get a Hold on Life Indeed. Track 3, Can't Get Close Enough. Okay, I like this song, but why do I hear Dio doing a version of this? Rocking for sure. Track 4, Shaking Off the Chains. Digging this as well. Track 5, I Won't Cry for You. I like this ballad / rocker. I do like Tony Martin's voice. Like I said, I already said that already, but there's parts of this album that there's true examples of how he did very well in the singing department. Track 6, Guilty as Hell. The beginning, I've heard this before, I think. The melody sounds familiar, but why? And I still am trying to figure that out. Track 7, Sick and Tired. Sick and tired of you all, so damn tired, said is in the lyrics there. Track 8, I really love this. This one, I'm telling you, or the next track should have been the single in America. Rusty Angels, that's right. For 2 seconds, it starts out like Dokken, and it does too. It's kind of weird, and then shifts into what we're used to for Sabbath. Really digging this. Might have been put out as the single, and and at least in my opinion, they would have got some airplay on this. Track 9, Forbidden. Killer riffs. Why do I see this as a montage in an action film? At least that's the feel I'm getting out of it. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, it has that feel. I can't explain it any better than that. Track 10, in which we close it out, Kiss of Death. A wonderful mid-tempo till around the 3-minute mark. Then it cooks. Great way to close this album. Now, I like to check if there's bonus tracks, which there was. You have track 11, Japanese bonus track, which was Loser Takes It All. I wrote, I love this song, but why wasn't this on the regular album? Because it should have been, all right? They boo-booed at the record company on that one. They could have definitely put Loser Takes It All on this album, and it would have made it at least a little bit stronger, okay? So the afterwards, as there always is, this only sold 190,000 copies roughly in the US. It didn't even make it to silver, which would have been 250,000, right? So what doomed this thing? What doomed this album? Well, I think, in my opinion, based on what I read, it's a combination of things. Record company intentions, mixed with Ernie C's production, and also the rumors. At that time, there was rumors of an upcoming original Black Sabbath reunion. And reading that reminded me, of course, of similarities to Kiss's Carnival of Souls album from right around the same time period as this Sabbath album. Kiss reuniting, and Carnival of Souls, that eventually will be in Jukebox From Hell, you betcha. But this will be the last album in, as far as for Tony Martin and Jeff Nichols. I mean, the rest of the band would be gone, but I mean, Tony Martin and Jeff Nichols being mainstay for quite a while. Your next album would not be until June 2013. The album, of course, called 13, with 3/4 original members, no Bill Ward on this album, which was sad. Very sad. That album would go #1 in the US and the UK. So, Sabbath fans, did you end up buying this thing when it came out? Now, I never saw this on vinyl. Saw it on CD, I'll admit. Don't think I ever saw it on cassette. But I was glad to get this, and I bought this from celebrity record seller John Humphrey from Seether. He's the drummer of Seether, and he comes to our little record show up in Carthage, Missouri, and I found this thing and snagged it. And like I said, here's what I think about the album in general, okay? Despite Ernie C's production, this album isn't total crap, but it's not great either. I'm going to tell you probably at least half this album, half of it, is really good. I mean, this thing did not deserve to be shit on, like it did back in 95. And this 2024 remix does help, believe you me, compared to the 95 stuff, okay? So give yourself a chance on this. If you're a Sabbath fan, even if you're not a Sabbath fan and you just want to dig some hard rock with a little bit of gloom and doom like the old days of Sab, get this thing. You won't be sorry. I really think you won't. So you may you may be asking yourself, and maybe not, but you're going to find out anyway. what is going to be episode 55 of Jukebox from Hell. Yeah, we're at double nickel already. We're going to go to 1982, a band that was really popular in the 70s, but by the early 80s, not so much. From 10cc's, 10 out of 10. Next episode of Jukebox from Hell. So, do you guys end up liking this series? I mean, I see that some people gave me suggestions in the last episode in the comments. Please put some in the comments on this episode too, down below. And if I end up taking your suggestion, I give you a shout out in that available episode that gets picked, if that makes any sense. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, Mighty Psycho here, always powered by coffee each and every time. And so, truthfully, I hope you guys are doing very well out there. I know this world can be a very strange place, but you know what? Through the power of music, we definitely can do just fine. And like I said, take care, God bless, and rock on. And always remember, Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.